We're at Burger King, a bag full of burgers.
Even I think that's gross, and I'm gross. Hey everybody, welcome back to Raised on the Road. Today we're headed to Burger King to check out their trio deals and a new tasty frozen treat. Stay tuned.
Hi, Matt here.
I'm Staci, and this little guy is our buddy Tarzan. Together, we are the Raised on the Road.
Guess where we're at, everybody? We're about to get some flame-broiled goodness.
At the King of Burgers, the Burger King. So today we're going to do something, this is like a little bit of a different video. We've done similar ones, but they have a deal at Burger King.
We're at Burger King, a bag full of burgers from the King.
Before we start with what's in the bag, though, I want to start with the drink because it's melting.
Okay.
So we're going to go over, we have a bunch of hot food we're going to go over, but one of the specialty items they have right now is a Nerds slushie, or I guess Slurpee icy. And so it is, I watched her make it, it's like a strawberry Fanta Slurpee covered in fun springtime color Nerds. So.
And we had to wait a long time. That's kind of been a new trend at Burger King. I think that maybe they're making things fresh because the food has been better, but the wait times have been terrible. Which I'm okay with. I would rather wait for good food is to get bad food quickly.
Yeah, it's like a sweet strawberry soda with the sour Nerds. It's awesome. It's a really fun spring drink.
Man, the smell of this just smells
Strawberry
very
Fanta is so good. And you get like the sour Nerd a little bit with each drink. That's really good.
This is good.
How much was this? I feel like it's a very good price.
I think this is a small, by the way. You can also get it in medium and large. I think
$2.59
for the small.
No, $2.29.
$2.29 for the small, $2.59 for the medium, and
$3.09 for the large.
But
so it's a good price. That's plenty enough for like a fun summer treat, you know. I love ices. It's like one of my favorite treats. Very rarely you'll see a place like a gas station that has like a Diet Coke one. And when I do, I go nuts for it. But I just think it's so refreshing, like the carbonated freezy.
That's good. I would definitely get that again.
Yeah.
And I say that's not a bad price for that.
Mm-mm.
You know, you go to a gas station and pay that much, you know, for one.
Yeah, and that has the candy on the top.
So
it's only 160 calories for that too. Like where they're
really?
Carbonated, yeah. Where those are carbonated,
a lot more than that.
Where they're carbonated though, they're so light and airy. They're not as dense, so you don't get as many calories.
Limited time only. Get in there and try it if you have any interest in that sort of thing.
Yep, recommend this one.
The other thing they're doing now, the $5 meal deal is gone. What they have replaced it with is a duo and a trio. So duo, you get two things for $5. You can just pick any two things on the menu for $5. Or not on the menu, but they have like a box of certain things. You can select two of those things for $5.
2, 4, 5.
Then the trio is if you want to up your savings even more, pay $2 more and you get a third thing.
3, 4, how much?
7. So it ends up being $2.33 a piece. And we're gonna go down. Which is the better option?
2, 4, 5, 3, 4, 7. I like that.
So first off, this is a medium Coke Zero, which is on there, and I think.
And so I'll do the prices. You talk, I'll do the prices.
Okay, so that's a medium Coke Zero. That's one of the things that you can select. So we did two of the trios. We did two of the trios so that we could get every one of the items you may select.
And we'll go through the value for each one. So essentially, with 3 items for $7, you're paying $2.33 per item.
Right, so how much is a medium Coke?
A medium regular priced is $2.59. So you have a savings of
36 cents.
No. 59 minus 33.
20. Now you've got me confused. Let's see.
Oh, you're right. 26 cents. It's 26 cents.
26 cents. So I forgot to carry my one.
Sorry.
Second selection, a Whopper Junior, which is the baby brother of the Whopper. It, I believe, is $3.29 on the menu.
It is $3.39.
$3.39. So
you're saving 6 cents, $1.06 when you purchase it through the trio.
But I think that the $3 and did you say $3.29? $3.39 is ridiculous for this because you get a cheeseburger. Well, first off, there's no cheese on it, so you have to pay to add cheese. A hamburger is the cheapest burger on the menu. I believe it is $2 and I want to say 29 cents maybe. But anyway,
that's just one patty.
Right. So this is a hamburger with lettuce and tomato, and I think the onion does come on the hamburger. But I do like this. It has good flavor. You know, it's just a flame grilled burger on a smaller sesame seed bun.
I agree. The $3.39 for that is a terrible price.
But let me look up how much a single hamburger. A hamburger's $1.99 at this location. So $1.99 for a hamburger, which is what this is, plus the lettuce,
tomato, onions, and mayonnaise.
Well, onion comes on the hamburger, but the mayonnaise. So.
No, onion doesn't come on it.
But you can add it for free.
Okay.
So I don't know if you'll eat that or not.
I will not.
But
that is a crazy price, $3.39. So you do save $1.06 by purchasing that one through the trio. However, I find neither of those to be extraordinary value at either price.
But I mean, how do you come to Burger King and not get a Whopper? It's so good. It's because people want that is why it's so much.
Yes, I agree. So the next thing, which size is that?
I think it's a medium fry.
Which is regularly $3.19.
And these are good and fresh.
So that's a savings of 66, 76, 85 cents, I think. So, I'm off, I'm sorry. So you save 85 cents by purchasing this through the app.
These fries are good and fresh. They're
the trio.
Not very crispy at all. They're a thicker cut. I don't know if you all out there remember Burger King's old fries were almost shoestring-like, more similar to McDonald's. I don't know. These are all right fries, not the best.
I usually get halvesies if I'm like getting a meal because I like to put a couple of the fries on my Whopper, but they're not the best. Why does it have Heinz on the marketing? On the package?
Well, because fries go best with ketchup, Heinz ketchup, you know.
I've just never noticed that before.
And you couldn't do halvesies or onion rings. It's the fries only. So next up we have the chicken fries.
Which size? Medium? Or how many's in there?
Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8.
That is regularly priced at $3.69. So you're saving $1.30. $1.30 something, $1.39.
And these are the processed chicken product. It's lightly breaded.
Does it come with a dipping sauce included?
It does, but I didn't check the bag yet.
Okay. I just didn't know if you had to pay extra.
No, we selected barbecue.
Okay.
So the breading on these, if you've not had them, it tastes very similar to the old chicken fingers they used to have, just less of it because it's very lightly breaded. But speaking of the dip-em sauce, if they gave it to us, I can model something for you. When they started coming out with all these, they developed this thing, and it's so you can eat it in the car. You put this thing in your cup holder, like cup.
I'll be the cup holder.
Sorry, cup holder, and then you take your sauce, which we selected barbecue, and you put it here, and then you open the lid, And then you grab one of these tasty guys and you dip them down in there.
Perfect.
Makes it so much easier to eat on the road.
So so far, this and the Whopper are tied for the biggest savings.
Right. But I would give the nod to this because the Whopper Junior is only savings because they price it too high to begin with.
Yeah, I agree. I like chicken fries, but also I like processed chicken.
Next up, we got this
that's
guy.
good barbecue.
Yeah, it used to be Bullseye. I'm not sure if it's Bullseye anymore, but it's still pretty tasty. So next up, you get a cheeseburger with bacon on it, which has ketchup and mustard, cheese, and bacon. I believe this is $2.
I'll tell you. You just keep talking about it. I'll tell them the price.
So it's the same thing as the Whopper Junior, same size, same bun, same patty, and everything, except this has cheese and bacon and mustard, and this has lettuce, tomato, onion.
It's regularly
no
priced
cheese.
$2.89, so it's a much more reasonable price. Who would ever get that other one
Over the
that?
Whopper Junior? Yeah, I know, because you can add an onion to this for free. And I think you might be able to add mayonnaise to it too.
Yeah,
for free.
so this one's only, whatever, 53 cents or something savings, but it's already such much better deal. So it's less savings, but I think better value.
I agree. And
Who
last
would
time I
choose-
came here and we didn't film and I got this, I got 3 of those.
Yeah. Who would choose lettuce and tomato? Pay an extra $1 for lettuce and tomato rather than bacon and cheese.
It is a good burger. The Whopper is a good burger. The Whopper Junior. But I feel like you get a ton of cheese. It's not like the...
Yeah, it's not a half slice. It's a big, thick slice.
And the bacon, man.
Yeah.
That's some thick, actual bacon there. Very smoky tasting.
That's
I really
very
like
good.
that. Just sit it up there.
That's very good.
And last but not least, this is the value champion in my book. The chicken sandwich. Because look at just the size of it. This is like, if you cut this in half, this would make 2 of those. So it's really like you're getting 2 choices. And if I'm remembering correctly, this is $5.49
You are correct.
for one of these. So it's like you're paying less than half for these. And prior to any of this, like years ago, even before like inflation went crazy, they would have this on special 2 for $5 along with the Whopper. So you're beating that deal from prior to inflation.
Yeah, this you're saving more than you're even paying.
Right. It's
You're
like
saving $3.16.
anytime I can get paid to eat
Yeah.
these delicious original chicken sandwiches at Burger King, sign me up for that job.
Did you get it with the lettuce and mayonnaise how it comes?
Yes, this is exactly how it comes with. Everything we got here is exactly how it comes. You can customize all of these. There may be added charges. For example, you could add cheese and bacon to the Whopper Junior, but that was like an extra $2 or $3 if I'm remembering correctly. So if you've never had an original chicken sandwich, well, first off, welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
And look at this
They're
gigantic...
like big long patties.
I can't even have to back up to get it all in the frame. A gigantic chicken fritter. It's pounded very flat. Of course, this is the same pink processed chicken. You know, it's like a giant chicken nugget, basically. So lightly breaded again, like the chicken fingers. And then it's put on a large hoagie bun with mayonnaise, a toasted hoagie bun. I think that's coming through. With mayonnaise on the bottom, mayonnaise on the top, and lettuce.
And so, without charging any additional money, you can add onions, pickles, ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce to that. Or you can pay 60 cents to add cheese, or 15 cents, 30 cents to add tomato.
Well, what I like to do when I get these is I like to put hot sauce on them and maybe a little bit of ketchup, and that's it.
I like no lettuce, add pickle, which is a free customization you can do within the trail.
You want to try this?
No. I hate lettuce on chicken sandwiches.
So
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. So now, let's say, which do you think is your favorite in terms of flavor? Don't include value.
Flavor, it's going to be either the bacon cheeseburger or the Whopper Junior.
Okay, which do you think? So the biggest savings is the chicken sandwich. That's no question.
Right.
Which do you think is the best value for money?
Chicken sandwich. You get way more food and way better value.
I agree.
Like I said, you cut that in half, you have like 2 value chicken sandwiches. You know, everywhere else, like McDonald's, everywhere else, they give you, there's a value chicken sandwich, and it's much smaller. This is the actual chicken sandwich. I'm not counting the premium one. Which, if you ever came here during the King era,
I didn't get it.
Oh man, best chicken sandwich ever. But
I know,
apparently,
you talk about it all the time.
it was so hard to make, they took it off the menu and replaced it with one that's like a frozen
the
fatty,
Royal Crispy Chicken they replaced it with.
which is okay. But it's the King, man. Whoo! Any restaurant out here that wants to buy that recipe from Burger King and open it up and just make a restaurant about that chicken sandwich, you probably could make it in this world.
Yeah, I mean, the original price for the original chicken sandwich is only 10 cents less than their premium chicken sandwich. So, like you were saying...
So maybe it's overpriced to begin with, but just going by the menu items on this little deal, that's a heck of a deal. If you got 3 of those, you're really getting 6 items for 3.
Well, and if you just think you have like a family, even if you husband, wife, couple kids, you could come and get 6 of these chicken sandwiches for $14. Take them home. Kids can eat, chicken sandwiches and chips or whatever at home. That's a really good meal. Especially if you're... This is good for people that are like trying to feed teenagers, eat like crazy.
It's good for anybody.
Yeah.
Lunch, you go there and you eat like 1.5, throw the other half in one in the fridge at work.
Mm-hmm.
Go home, you got dinner.
Yeah. What would you get? You're just getting what you want. What do you get?
Well, it depends. Am I trying to eat low carb?
No, if you're just getting what you want to eat.
Well, I have done this on low carb, and I'll get the bacon cheeseburger and just eat the meat.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Or I'll get the Whopper Junior, just eat the meat. If I'm coming here and getting maximum value, get 3 chicken sandwiches. But what I usually get is I get bacon cheeseburger, Whopper Junior, and a chicken sandwich, just so I get variety. You get like a little bit of each.
You don't get a drink in the trio?
No. Because I usually have a drink with me, because $3 for a drink, that's crazy. Who wants to pay that?
Mm-hmm.
You're defeating your purpose. So just go to the gas station, get something cheaper, bring something, or they have a value size Coke, which is $1.
Which we usually, both of us have like a water bottle with us,
So I would instead get a value size Coke for $1.59, which is insane, but much more palatable than this. And I'll try to get it without ice.
There's no scenario where I don't get chicken fingers.
But some Burger King locations don't let you not get ice. Some
Really?
of them do. Yeah, it's Burger King, something about like, it varies very specifically, because some of them they didn't even have that $5 meal deal.
Yeah.
But I've been to those same Burger King locations, and they do have this, so maybe this is a national that they have to
promotion.
have. But maybe they don't have to allow you to customize it, no ice or not. I don't know.
I'm always getting an 8-piece chicken fry. It's so good. And it's so easy to eat in the car. Here, you want the last chicken fry?
Yeah.
And I love their barbecue sauce. Sometimes they have Hidden Valley Ranch too. But their barbecue sauce is so good.
But the key to Burger King, if you've never been here, if you're like with our
living on Mars.
Yeah, or visitors from abroad. I don't know if they have Burger Kings everywhere.
That's true. We have viewers in other countries, so we do need to be more respectful. A lot of people may not have tried that. Sorry, guys.
They're known for their flame-broiled burger patties, and so they just have this burger conveyor belt. And that's like what started this whole thing back in the day, I think the 50s, maybe the 60s, when McDonald's was going crazy. This guy had this, it started out of Miami, I believe, had this machine that would like, the guy who made Burger King built this machine that like was a conveyor belt, and they still have them in there to this day. Like they put the burger on it and it just slowly cooks it through. and the flames broil it.
So it's flame broiled, and you can smell it from miles.
Yeah, it's like when they're selecting the Pope, you see the smoke come out of the Burger King, you know you're going to get a fresh patty.
Yeah. Most of the time, Burger King's one of Matt's favorite places. I can take it or leave it. But if I do choose to eat at Burger King, it's typically because I drove by and could smell the Whoppers. I'm like, oh, I'll eat that.
It sells itself.
Yeah, the smells are good. It's like a Fanny Farkles type marketing. You can have this too.
You don't want it?
No, I mean, if I'm doing it, I think I would get a drink, an 8-piece chicken fry, and maybe the chicken sandwich with pickles. But these are actually pretty good.
Cheese paper.
They really should do half-seeds on this, but they know people want their onion rings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to sell those no matter what.
They have good onion rings. They're not like a full piece of onion. They're like minced, but they're good.
Mm-hmm. They have awesome onion ring sauce, which is also a great dip for chicken.
You can also add onion rings to these burgers.
How much? Let's see.
I want to say it was like 10 cents or something like that. That's something else that Burger King has always been known for, is have it your way.
23 cents. You can add onion ring, Swiss cheese for 30, extra American for 30, bacon for 80.
They, because like back in the day when restaurants started fast food, they would just make it in mass quantity and you would just get whatever they had sitting under the warmer.
Mm-hmm.
And Burger King was one of the first ones, like,
Have
customization. Have it your way. Special orders don't upset us.
Which is a big deal to me because, I don't know, I guess you would call me a picky eater, but it's all relative.
Well, now it's less of a thing because everywhere lets you do custom orders. But I think when they started out that you couldn't, it's before my time. But,
But I'm just saying,
it's my understanding anyways.
Customization in general, the ability, because some apps and stuff don't really let you customize much, but Burger King really does, which is a big deal to me because what I said is, I don't necessarily think I'm a picky eater, but I'm more than a lot of people, and I like food to be a specific way, and so I also oftentimes order foods to be like customized because I want it to be fresh, and so if you order it as a custom thing, if I'm going somewhere that I know doesn't always make everything fresh, I'll order like a custom burger, so I know I get a fresh one.
I dated a woman once, and everywhere we
See
went,
where this goes.
well, yeah, everywhere we went, she got fries with no salt, and I'm like, and she would tell him like, I have health issues, I have to have no salt. And I was like, I'm so sorry. After like the 10th time this happened, what's your health condition? And she's like, oh, I don't have one. I just like them to make fresh fries. That's when I knew I was heading for trouble.
There's an episode of Sex in the City where Carrie tells him she's allergic to parsley. And the guy's like, oh, really? And she's like, no, I just really don't like it. And he's like, what a terrible person. Which I always thought was an overreaction.
The barbecue and that's a pretty good combination. But man, the mayonnaise. Finally a restaurant that puts as much mayo as I do.
Yeah, they put it on the top and the bottom of those sandwiches. I usually have to scrape some of it off.
But you do have to check your veggies here. Every now and then, you'll get one that you probably don't want to eat.
This thing is so good. Have another drink.
You can have it. I've had to eat a lot of this stuff.
This is delicious. The nerds really add to the flavor. I bet who would love this is Carrie. She loves ices and nerds.
Speaking of which, anybody have those new Nerds gummy clusters, man? It's
Best
like
candy
crack.
on the market. I mean, they're so good.
It's just I can't open a bag and not eat the whole thing.
I can't either. I used to get the share bag. If I get them now, I just try to get the small bag because I eat whatever is there, I'll eat it. If it was a 5-gallon bucket. You know, they're just so good. I feel like that candy saved the Nerds company, because who was buying Nerds before the Nerds gummy? You know?
Well,
when's the last time you bought a box of Nerds?
Matt fact.
Yay!
Nerds were created back in the day. Quaker, the oatmeal people, yeah, they were in the candy business, and they entered it by getting them to produce the Willy Wonka movie. And you know, the book is called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They actually ordered the movie be called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, so that's why they're different.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, how does it relate to Nerds? They were developing candies for this Willy Wonka brand that they owned and were making candy for, but the movie was a flop. But
the movie was a flop?
I think so. It was like more successful in home movies and things like that. But they made it, and like they didn't know what to call this candy. They were trimmings. The Nerds were the trimmings off of the everlasting gobstopper down at the bottom.
What?
Like however they make it, it like drip down, yeah. And they were like, this would make a good candy, but what are we going to call it? And this guy was like bored during one of these board meetings and was like doing these doodles of these little characters. And they're like, what is that? What do you call that? Because it was like basically the shape of the candy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, you know, nerd. It's just a nerd I'm drawing.
They're the trimmings, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
And like back then, nerds were just like a new like culture phenomenon, Revenge of the Nerds and all that. Yep, the more you know.
Wow. But just think, like, you know, before the Nerds gummy clusters, other than like the little tiny ones that you give out at Halloween, when was the last time you bought a box of Nerds?
I don't think I ever bought a box of
Right,
Nerds.
and now the gummy clusters are everywhere. They're at every gas station, every checkout aisle, and every store. They're like one of the top candies.
Well, that was another one of the nerd innovations because they sold them, and there was 2 different flavors of 2. So you would have like grape and strawberry, yeah, and like a kid would like that because they could choose what flavor.
Yeah, I remember they had the little slide tab on the top, and you would just shake them in your mouth. But it wasn't a candy that was very popular anymore. Now these gummy clusters are everywhere.
Yeah, they eventually sold their candy business to, I think Nestle owned them, and then now, I don't know.
Well, my point is, I have to tell Care Bear about this because Nerds and Ices are like 2 of her favorite things. You know, she's a...
Definitely. Everybody's like, shut up, man. Nobody wants to hear about your crap.
What I said at all. She is what she calls, like her, I guess she'd heard Samantha say a sugarholic, but she didn't hear it. She knows she pronounced everything wrong. So she calls it a sugar holler. I'm a sugar holler. So, yeah, this is a great deal. I like the trio deal. I probably would do soda. I probably, honestly, chicken fries and a sandwich and a soda is good for me. I don't need, that's plenty. $7.
One last thing I want to tell you about that's different here than it is anywhere else that I know of is that, yes, they serve Heinz branded products, but the ketchup is actually the Simply ketchup.
Ooh.
Which
is awesome.
Is supposed to be made of more natural stuff. I don't think it has high fructose corn syrup.
It's delicious, though.
It does, and it has just regular sugar. But it also has like 1 or 2 less carbs than normal sugar, and it, like you said, it tastes better. So
yeah, we've gotten it at home before, like when it was on sale. It's delicious.
Yeah, whenever we're lucky enough to buy branded ketchup.
This one, I think all of the natural ones are better. The Hunt's natural one is really good too. That's the one Smith and Jeff gets, the Hunt's natural. They always get it. It's good. The real sugar really makes the ketchup better. IMO. Maybe they have some kind of major partnership. That's why it says Heinz on the fries.
And I'm being all bougie doing this, like. But here, I'll just maybe cut this out, or it'll be bonus footage. Ooh, who wants to eat that?
Whoa, potato butt.
Usually how I eat is like this. I'll bite, and then I'll.
Ooh. Matt, they workers touch that with their hands.
So, they touch my food too, and I'm eating it.
I'm surprised you would do that. That's gross. Even I think that's gross, and I'm gross. I'm like the grossest person I know. And
Well, maybe it's better to do it like this then.
I guess I've done it before, and I do it every now and then, but I'm surprised you would do that.
Maybe it's better like this, like.
Just a shot of ketchup.
Like my husband, and then we go home.
Ketchup with Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, guys. I think that's it for the Burger King Trio menu. Give it a shot. It's a good deal. Let us know what you would get out of these combinations, and let us know what your favorite thing at Burger King is. I think that's all we got for now. We got to get back at it. We got a lot to do today. Thanks for watching. Matt's just eating ketchup. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, hit subscribe right now. But if you are already a subscriber, thank you. We love you guys. We appreciate y'all, and we love talking to you. So put some comments below. Let us know how you're doing, how your kids are, how your pets are, how your parents are, how your grandparents are. We want to know. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for everything. God bless you. Love you. Bye.